Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Music and the Message Show.
A weekly talk show to uplift, inspire, educate, and entertain. We are so happy you're joining us today. I'm your host, Rosevelt.
And I'm Jeff, the Tweedledum to her D.
You mean Alice?
Yeah.
I'm not Tweedledee.
I was going to say delightful and charming Alice.
Well, we have two guests today, and both of them are from Tennessee. They wrote the music and the lyrics to today's song.
That's right. We have award-winning songwriters and singers Sean Gasaway and WWE superstar Mickie James.
We'll talk to them about how the song With the Love of the Child came to light, and that will be today's song.
Yeah, that's right. I still can't believe that you got a chance to sing a duet with Mickie James.
She's awesome.
But since we are talking about wrestling, I'm going to challenge you to a game of thumb wrestling.
Ooh, I can't wait. All right. So before we get started, be sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you guys get notified. Every week we post a brand new video, and subscribe to the podcast.
That's right.
So you can take us on the go.
And during the YouTube broadcast, we'd love to interact with you. So make sure that you comment in the live chat.
Make sure you
like, love, or laugh.
Show us how you feel with the click.
Excellent.
Let's go.
From Event Lab Studios, welcome to the Music and the Message Show. A talk show with dad and daughter duo Rosevelt and Jeff Rawls, featuring music that will uplift and a message that will educate and inspire, bringing you guests that are making a difference in the lives of abused children. Here are your hosts, Rosevelt and Jeff Rawls.
Here we are. That's right. Here we are. You know, I don't know if you've had the chance to listen to the podcast.
I did a little bit. We're so excited because it just got released. So make sure you guys go check it out. Our podcast just released, so we're so excited.
Yeah,
Go listen to it.
I do enjoy listening to podcasts. There's a number of different speakers and performers that I like to listen to. But while you're there, will you please make sure to give us rate us and a review. Please let us know if this kind of programming is something that you like.
Yeah, we're excited. Go check it out.
Yeah, and of course we can't do a lot of what we do without our sponsors. In today's show, we do want to give a big shout out to some of the amazing organizations that have made the Music and the Message possible. The fundraising event each year is only possible because of the sponsors who care about spreading the message.
The message is to protect children of all kinds, and that is the most important message. It is the most important message.
Yes, it is.
We must keep our children safe.
Yeah. We are so grateful for Jim and Carol Hebbets.
The Hebbets Company, and all they do for the children of Childhelp.
Yeah, the Hebbets are amazing. They're an amazing family, an amazing company. And also, thank you to Sun American Mortgage and the dedication that they have to Operation Underground Railroad, another one of our sponsors. And for Spring Creek Enterprise, Western Transport Logistics, and LeBaron Carroll Insurance for helping to make this year's Music and the Message event a huge success. Thank you.
Can we add one more?
Sure. Yeah.
Because I think it is important that companies like Bash's gets the recognition they deserve.
Yeah, Bash's is a family grocery store right here in Arizona. Yeah. And it's important to support good people, good companies that are doing good things. Let me say that again. It's important for each and every one of us to support good people and good companies that are doing good things. And the Bash's family are good people.
If you have the choice to decide between shopping at a superstore or a family-run business like Bash's,
those big superstores, right?
I suggest you help those who are helping others.
That's right. Okay.
All right, what have we done for fun games?
Okay, well, do you know how to thumb wrestle?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that a hard question? Just kidding.
So for today's fun, I'm also going to kind of push this into the fatherhood. But here's what I'm so so thumb wrestling,
Yeah,
right?
go.
That's where you
1,
2, 3, 4. I declare thumb more. Right. All that,
Yeah.
right? But I'm gonna give us some new rules for today's activity.
Okay.
3 rules. Rule number 1: for every time you pin your partner, every time you pin me,
Okay.
you're going to. I want you to imagine that you make $100.
All right.
Okay. Rule number 2: pin your partner as many times as you can.
Okay.
And rule number 3: nobody get hurt.
Okay. Well, dang it,
All
really
right.
scary.
So, are you ready?
All right, yeah.
All right.
Okay, ready? We'll just go 3, 2, 1, and then we'll do it.
Okay,
3,
ready? 3, 2,
2,
1, go.
Oh my goodness, no.
1, 2, 3. Good.
Oh
1, 2,
my
3.
goodness. 1, 2, 3. No.
Oh, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're going to pause right there, and you can see that we battled, right? We battled, and we didn't really get too far.
You got 2, I got 1.
Yeah, so I make 200, you make 100. Congratulations.
Thanks.
I let you. No, no, just kidding.
There's some
No,
part of that.
but one of the things about today's kind of in the fatherhood lesson is there's a lot of assumed rules, and we have these ideas that this is the way that it's supposed to be, and we turn off our listening. Okay, so let's go back to what are the rules. Okay, the rules are.
Don't get hurt.
Okay, don't get hurt. That's the one we remember, right?
Second is pin your partner.
Pin your partner, you
many
get
times
$100,
you can.
right? And the third is to make as much money as you can.
Okay.
Most of the time we go through life, we kind of go through life in kind of that defensive, making sure that I'm protected, and we're kind of in this defense, right?
Okay.
However, when we open up the idea of collaboration, that we can actually accomplish more by working together and still adhere to the rules, that instead of fighting, jockey for position, I'm bigger, stronger, taller, and I'm going to dominate, is that we can find ways to work together and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3,
I'm making
200,
hundreds.
300, 400, right? 500,
Oh my goodness. So we
600, 700,
we could do
8, right? And all of a sudden, we are
we're-
finding a way to collaborate and
of
accomplish
fighting.
more instead of fighting.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Well, I was like, well, then I'll just play thumb wrestling all the time then. Just kidding.
Yeah, Dad, as long as you'll give me $100 for every time. Right.
No, yeah,
So,
but that's awesome. I think that's, I don't know, it's a fun game to play.
yeah.
So, yeah.
That's a fun activity that definitely kind of opens up the mind. But I'd love to hear in the comments, how does this apply to your relationship with your children? How does this apply to your relationship with your spouse and even, your relationships
With
at
friends
work
and
and friends?
family.
Yeah. How we're
right.
constantly fighting and constantly battling. So.
Well, that's a great lesson. I appreciate it. Just kidding.
Well, if there is one takeaway that I hope that you get from this object lesson, it is to remind each of us the importance of collaboration. We can get different results, most often better results, when we work together. That's right, instead of against each other. Now, Rosevelt,
Yes.
I want this to be broadcast out there to the interwebs. I am absolutely 100% on board with going to Washington, D.C. to teach this activity to our politicians. So if someone can hook me up,
That would be great.
I'll be there. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, that'd be
Hey,
awesome.
how can we find a way to work together?
Well,
Stop
that's
fighting.
a great lesson. I agree.
All right, are you ready to teleport to Tennessee?
We can teleport to Tennessee. Just kidding.
Yes.
Of course, yeah, I'm so excited. Let's go talk to our first guest, Sean Gasaway.
Yeah, Sean Gasaway is a multi-award-winning songwriter, entrepreneur, publisher, record executive, and record producer, also known as Gasoline.
And bacon.
And bacon, yeah.
Didn't he write a theme song for like the pork industry?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Shawn has actually been in the music business for over 25 years and is currently writing, performing, producing, and touring with a variety of different bands, including Three Doors Down.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you've heard of them. Cowboy Troy, The Highway Women, and of course Mickie James and Rosevelt Rawls, to name a few. Trust me, I'm just naming a few.
Well, we had the chance to talk to him about last month about the song With the Love of a Child, the song he co-wrote with Mickie James that we will show right after the interview.
That's right. So, you ready to teleport to
Let's do it.
Sean Gasaway? All right, let's ask our first question. Shawn, hey Shawn, tell us how you are, let's say that again. Shawn, tell us how you and Mickie James were inspired to write the song and how Rosevelt got involved.
So in the fall of 2019, she calls me out of the blue and she says, hey, I just went to this gala and it was Childhelp. Have you ever heard of it? And I said, no, I haven't heard of Childhelp. And she said, well, I just went to their gala. I'm one of their ambassadors, I think is what they call it. Mm-hmm. And she said, and I guess that's where she met Rosevelt. Yeah. And she said, I met this young girl named Rosevelt, unbelievable singer. I really want to do something with Childhelp. I really want to do something with her. And she mentioned Five Too Many. Yeah. And she said, what do you think we can do? I said, we'll write a song. And maybe we'll write something that they can perform together, that y'all two can perform together with. And so Mickie and I had got together like a week later. This was around Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And maybe between Thanksgiving and Christmas now, I can't remember exactly. But we had got together during the holiday season. And we just played around, and that's where the hook of the song come from, With the Love of a Child. Right. And we didn't get no farther than that. Really, we sang a little bit of a chorus. We recorded it. I wrote the words down just to have it, and then we just forgot about it because Christmas season, and nobody really works around then. So when January came around, I revisited it, and the Lord poured a lot of the song out of me. And so I recorded it in my phone, and I sent it to Mickie, and I said, look, here's some ideas I've got for the song. What do you think? She's like, my God, I love it already. I see the video now of me looking in the mirror and seeing a younger of myself, which ended up being you.
That's the cover.
And Mickie basically said that to me over the phone call as she's going through the song that I just sent her. And that's kind of how it was born. And, of course, we had to let you, we wanted you to hear it to see what your thoughts were on it.
Amazing. And, I love that song.
I do too. It's a beautiful piece and a lot of hearts in it. And,
wonderful.
And that's just really kind of how it was born, and then all of a sudden we're in the studio together. I mean, it just happened kind of like that. So it's been a real blessing to us, I feel like.
It's a fantastic song, and the opportunity to work with you and Mickie and some of the other artists from Three Doors Down.
Mm-hmm.
That were all musicians on the song.
On the record, yeah. And then lucked up, I do some mentoring work with schools across the country, anti-bullying, suicide prevention.
Yeah, great.
And so I had just recently spoke to the Tuscaloosa High School doing a program with them, and that's how their choir got involved to singing on the song.
Yeah, beautiful choir.
Yeah.
I mean,
it
really
killed
makes the
Makes
lyrics with these two, and then you get just this beautiful children's choir.
Yeah,
it just really, really makes the song.
Yeah.
My favorite question on these kinds of things is what are your favorite lyrics from the song, and why? Rosevelt, what are your favorite lyrics from the song?
I love the part where it says of when we help people, that it helps us also. I can't remember the exact words, but
if you open your heart.
Yeah, if you open your heart, give a little help, you just might find you can heal yourself.
Absolutely.
A part of when you help people, it can some people don't notice, but it actually heals them, and it can help them throughout anything they're going through, and kind of taking time for other people, and it helps heal your heart. So that's my favorite part.
Absolutely.
Mine's the first of the song. Every kid is a gift with hopes and dreams and something to believe in. I think a lot of people forget that.
Mm-hmm.
Some kids are tax write-offs.
Yeah.
You know, they do. Some people's kids are used for battle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we forget their true gift. You know.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, as I listen to the song from a parent's perspective, you know, having 6 children, you know, there's a part of my job, but that I don't see it as a job. I mean, it's my responsibility and my duty, you know, to inspire them to greatness, you know, to give them opportunity, to give them hope. And I do think that, you know, especially in the world that we work with Childhelp, you know, there's a lot of children out there that don't have that parental figure that gives them any hope. You know, why do I want to grow up and be an adult if this is what being an adult is like? There's, you know, doom and gloom and hate and anger. And as a responsible adult, you know, and a responsible parent, what can I do to, one, give that hope? But I think that it starts with just remembering the hope, that's our responsibility. Give them hope. You know, you can accomplish anything.
Absolutely, man. And I feel like those lyrics were a message.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole song is a message.
A message in the music, and then
the music and the message together.
What is the Sean Gasaway message?
Follow your heart and your instincts. I believe that everyone on this earth has some kind of gift that has been given to them to give. You know, that's, you know, in the faith that I'm in, forgiveness is a huge part of that, and the word give is in it. And so, you know, to me, that's, you know, underlined and kind of drives what I do is, you know, just have faith in what you're here for and do it.
Yeah.
You know, and treat people kindly. It's free. You know, it's free to do.
Amen.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining
Honored
us.
to be here.
You're a good man. You're a good man. Thank you.
Good company.
Do we say back to us in the studio, or how do we wrap this up? Thanks.
Back to us.
Oh, wow.
Wow, time travel is great.
Fast.
Yeah, we had to change clothes. I got a haircut.
Everything worked out. Well, I love the opportunity to work with Sean Gasaway, and I'm excited to announce that he and I are working on a new song that will be coming out this spring.
Yeah, and spring is actually appropriate
goes with it.
because the song is called Dandelion. Yeah, so be on the lookout for that. You can watch the entire interview with Sean Gasaway on themusicandthemessageshow.com. And also, I can't wait for our interview with Mickie James. You know she's waiting on hold right now.
She is. All right. Well, don't rush.
But don't worry, we got nice calming music.
Yeah. People need to know that this song was written specifically for the children of Childhelp.
And I'm sure that we'll talk more about that with Mickie.
James.
So please, let's go. Come on, play the song.
All right. Here is the week's music with a message, with the love of a child.
Every kid is a gift with hopes and dreams and something to believe in.
They're innocent and heaven sent to you and me, and it's our job to reach them. If you open your heart, give a little help, you just might find you can heal yourself. Whoa. If you open your heart, give a little help, just might find you can heal yourself. Whoa, just know you're not the only one. Whoa, 'cause I've been where you're coming from. Whoa, there will always be hope if we could love, if we would love with the love of a child. Whoa, just know you're not the only one. Whoa, 'cause I've been where you're coming from. Whoa, there will always be hope if we could love, if we would love. Whoa, just know you're not the only one. Whoa, 'cause I've been where you're coming from. Whoa, there will always be hope if we could love, if we would love with the love of a child, with the love of a child, with the love of a child, with the love of a
That song, I am so excited to talk to
Me
our
too.
guest.
I'm so excited.
You two did such an amazing job. And our guest today, she is the WWE superstar, award-winning singer-songwriter, and an ambassador helping to safeguard the children of Childhelp and Operation Underground Railroad.
Please welcome Mickie James.
James. Hey,
How are you?
Mickie.
Hi, it's so good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming on. We're so excited to talk about the song and everything, what you're doing to help children, and just want to say thank you for coming on. Thank you for
Of
joining
course,
us.
well, you know I adore you, and I'm so excited. I'm excited for this show. I'm excited for everything that you're doing, and I'm so proud of you. So,
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for being on here. I don't know if I'm missing anything in your introduction because you're doing amazing things. There's so much you've got. You're just an amazing person
Oh, you're
and
so-
doing good things. And
I'm
that's,
trying. I try to do good things.
well, we all are, aren't
Oh
we?
yeah.
We're all trying to do good things and wake up the world to help. And you're doing that.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been I think this year especially has been a cool year to kind of like sit back and reassess because we've been forced to like sit back and just kind of see what we can still do to like do meaningful, powerful stuff. But like from our houses, it's really had a lot more time for reflection and stuff like that. But I'm so grateful because we had a chance to do that song together, with the love of a child. And I think, when I met you all back when I first, through the gala and stuff like that, and we talked about doing a song together first, it was like to see that then come to life was so special.
Oh, it
and
was amazing.
it's such a powerful message and such a powerful song. And I just, I wish more people heard it and knew the message and like, really got it. So we're just going to
Well, that's what we're here for today. We want to spread the
Yes.
message about it, and
Yeah.
people go listen to it. And
For sure.
just want to say thank you for all you're doing, and I'm excited
course.
for the
Thanks.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys listen
yeah.
to it.
So let's go back a little bit. We've already spoke with Sean Gasaway, learned a little bit about how you two came together, and a little bit about this song. But let's hear it from you. How did you meet up with the songwriter Sean Gasaway?
I met Shawn when I was doing this show. It was like a radio show kind of thing for it was a charity-based show called Hearts. Gosh, now I can't. For veterans, but it was for veterans, and it was for a lot of like veteran awareness and stuff like that. And my grandfather was a veteran, and so it kind of was special to me in that. But in that, Shawn does a lot of work. He still does a lot of work with veterans. And so that's kind of how I met Shawn, is like it was through like a random just introduction interview through that. And I was like, you know what, I just, you know how you immediately have a connection with a person. And so I was like, hey, Shawn, like I really love that song. Has anyone cut that? Because I was like looking for music for my that album at the time and different singles. But then I was like, well, I would really look, because I'm always looking for people to collaborate with, like songwriters and stuff. Because even myself, I always need someone to work with and bounce ideas off. And you just never know who you're really going to create some magic with. And so in that, like, we just created an awesome friendship, and we started writing together and working together in that aspect, and just we're still working on stuff for my next album.
Ooh, I'm excited.
I love, I mean, just that you've created this friendship with him, and it really shows in everything that you guys do. When we went to record with The Love of a Child, I mean, it just felt like we were coming into, this already magical relationship of a song that really needed to get out there. This song that really needed, a voice to speak. And the two of you coming together to write that, and including Rosevelt.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course, but I think it was the perfect, I mean, even when Rosevelt and I first talked about like, hey, let's do a song, a collaboration, the one thing I said, and I think Rosevelt agreed on it, is it has to be the right song. Like it just can't be any song. It can't be like a cover or like a fun song or whatever. It really, I think too, because we met through Childhelp, Rosevelt and I, we met through Childhelp. So I think that it was imperative that song also spoke to that whole message. And that song, With the Love of a Child, I thought, because of the parallels of like you're talking about looking at your life or looking at opportunities and things as you did as a child, and without those blockages of the negativity of the amount of people who've told you no and all those things that you thought that kind of blocked because back then when I was your age, Rosevelt, the world couldn't tell me no. You know what I mean? Like there was no such thing as no. I couldn't have that. I wasn't capable of that. I couldn't be that. It wasn't until you get out into the real world where people go like, no, you can't do that. I mean, I guess there is some capacity. That's probably when it starts, is about your age, of like people going like, oh, you can't do that. You can't be that. You can't. Like, no, who says that I cannot? Like you're saying I cannot, but I'm not saying I cannot. So until
I agree.
that
you're just the negative voice.
Always. Right. Yeah. And
don't tell me I can't.
Because I will.
Right.
Yeah, but I thought it was really powerful, and it was like looking at life and looking at opportunities, or even, everything through the eyes that we did when we were children, because it really is a powerful, powerful thing, and yeah, it was really special. And I thought, with Rosevelt, you're so talented, and the world is not ready for you, babe. Like you are going to do so many magical things. Like, I just you had no idea. So I'm so grateful to have gotten to work with you. And I thought this was the perfect song, and you did an incredible job, and we did an incredible job together.
Yes. Yeah, I think both of us, it made it completely right. And I love the song. I listen to it all the time, and it's so amazing that we did that together, and thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Of course.
It's a good shoot.
So what are some of your favorite lyrics from the song? What are your favorites?
Oh wow, from the song?
I know, I mean, we had this discussion of just like looking through every line, every bit, and you're just like there's so much in there of what this means, and but I like that also. So I'm sorry to have you narrow it down.
Well, no, that's fine. I was like, wow, that's a deep question, and now I wish I had the lyrics directly in front of me, because I could sit there and go through it. But I think it was about creating like that thing of like, perhaps I didn't really like, I appreciated like that view. It wasn't until I had my son that I truly appreciated and got to relive those moments of like looking at the world for the first time through his eyes, you know, because we're often jaded by like experiences or like I was saying, like being told no, or like all these other things. And it was a really cool thing, you know, after I had my son. And that's what made me kind of step back and just look at it, put everything in a different perspective for me.
Yeah.
But, you know, we all know that Childhelp is very special to me because of my own story and the struggles that I went through personally, but also then to have been able to take that. And, you know, I've seen so many different people with so many different types of stories who have experienced similar, worse, same, new, different things that I have. And everybody's life and experiences is so different. And I've been very blessed to have so much support and to be, you know, to have a chance to try to heal and look at life and at a different, and it almost made me stronger and fight more, you know? And I think that's what it's, you know, truly attributed to a lot of my success in wrestling and all these other things, like in wrestling, or like the will to go after music, even jumping platforms from wrestling to music, which everyone says, oh, that's impossible.
Right.
You're doing a good job at it.
You're doing a great job.
Thanks.
Such beauty and grace in both. I mean, your voice is really great, and you're strong. You know, as a parent,
Amazing at the wrestling.
there is that thing. You know, I hope and pray and do everything that I can as a parent to encourage and educate and inspire and motivate my children to, you know, that, hey, you can go out there and tackle the world. You can become a superstar. You can also go and lift where you stand no matter what you do. As long as, you know, the heart is there, as long as you're, you know, the desire is to help, whatever it is, you can do it.
Yes. Absolutely. You literally can and do and be anything that you truly, truly want to be. And I think that that's the beauty of it, is that not all of us want the same things. Like not everybody wants to be a famous singer or an actress, or some people want to be, you know, to work in, you know, social services or whatever. Like everybody has different desires and things that really speak to their heart and their mind. And you are absolutely capable of having all those things, no matter your background, no matter your education. You are capable of getting in all, like, I just feel like God doesn't put these things in your heart without a reason. You know what I mean? Like, so if you have that thing that speaks to you and says, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to be, go for it. Nobody's going to stop you. The only person that's going to stop you is yourself. You know what I mean? So, and that is the biggest thing, because it's our holding ourselves accountable to know and realize that the only person who's stopping you is yourself. A lot of times we just have to get out of our own way.
Yeah. Well, something I know that we have in common, we love to sing, and then we also are Childhelp. I'm a Childhelp Youth Ambassador, and you're a Childhelp Celebrity Ambassador. So, like, how did it all come along that you became a Childhelp Youth Ambassador?
I love them so much.
Came with it.
Aren't they great?
I was originally so I'm from Virginia, and the Alice C. Tyler Village is there in Virginia, Northern Virginia. And it all started because I've always had this idea of I wanted to do for me, because as a child, like my horse was my everything. Like she was I could go to church. Like that was my church sometimes. I would just hours just get lost, you know? So I found that there was this huge, like, healing capacity between animals and humans, especially children, you know? And so I've always had this vision of like, I want to do something, you know, life after wrestling, stuff like that. I want to do something that will allow that same love and healing and power from animals healing, you know, people, and some type of platform. And in that, I ironically got asked to do a toy drive, like a holiday toy drive for the Alice C. Tyler Village. But it was like a motorcycle toy drive thing that they were doing. It was just like some event. And I happened to be off that week, and I was like, you know what? I'll absolutely do it. And the guy, Wade Harmon, hi. Wade Harmon. And he said, oh, you know, I know you love horses. Would you like to come tour the village? And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, oh, well, you had Morgans, right? And that's the type of breed of horses I always had. And he's like, yeah, well, this is the old like Rapidan Morgan. So there's so much history there. And I was like, I must see this place. I got to see it.
Of course.
I went out and I toured it, and then I met the workers there. I met some of the children there. I saw the horse. Amazing. I fell in love, and it was everything that spoke to me and everything that I wanted or what I envisioned for this place and the space that I saw in my own mind of like that whole thing. It was everything. And then that was my first introduction to Childhelp. So then I did that toy drive, and then I just continued to stay in touch with them and say, hey, what can I do? And that ended up opening up the doors with, you know, then when Kathy, ironically, who works publicity with me and stuff, Kathy is in Phoenix, where the headquarters was. So it just magically like kind of just happened.
All just comes together.
It's so weird. And so she reached out to the main place in Phoenix, and then I came down there and visited the big headquarters, and then met Sarah and Yvonne, and then now.
And it's over. At that point, when you meet Sarah and Yvonne, it's
like,
over.
All right, well,
it's
I'm
done.
dedicated.
Yeah. You know, a couple weeks ago when we spoke with Sarah and Yvonne, we had them here on the program. They told some amazing stories about how their equine therapy, their animal therapy, is really helping these children. And, you know, with you and your heart for horses, how has the equine therapy at Childhelp helped you in your desire to help these kids?
Well, I think it was that was the initial connection, because I was like, that's the thing that kind of brought me. Not only was it because of why the horses were there and what these children had experienced and that whole level, but because it did resonate with me and the equine factor, because I remember that was the one thing that helped me when I was going through so much stuff. And so I think that to be able to find that and to know that, and then just, you know, to have that conversation with the kids, and just, I think there's this unspoken thing in a lot of children, like children have a hard time opening up, or just people in general have a hard time opening up, but animals can't speak back, but they can feel, and they're very, you know, intuitive and empathic to the things of like emotion, you know, like they can sense when you're scared, they can sense when, and there's like just this genuine connection that happens sometimes, especially in a child that's really hard to reach or get to open up. They'll speak more to that animal than they will to the therapist, or they will to, you know, someone, a peer or anybody like that. They'll have like this unique bond, and they just feel like this opening because that animal is not judging them. That animal is not, you know, telling them anything. They're only giving them love back in return. There is no expectations. And so it's sometimes that's the first time that they've had that genuine type of love, you know, and it's so heartbreaking to know and feel and say that out loud. But at the same time, it's extremely powerful, you know, for that program, and that's why it's so successful with the children. It really is.
You know, you talk about powerful, and one of the things that we learned when we did our tour of the Virginia village, that they talked about, you know, if you can imagine, here's this, you know, small child, let's say, you know, a 6-year-old or an 8-year-old, and from their perspective, how huge is this horse to their view, right? And to be able to work with them enough to, you know, to empower them to overcome this fear, right? And to know that they can control, you know, when they lead this way or they lead that way, that they're able to control this massive beast, and that empowers them. That gives them the confidence, that gives them the courage, that says, you know what, I don't have to be controlled. I can control, I can love, and I can help, and I can be helped.
Well, and also because they also learn to recognize that this is 1,000, 1,200, you know, pound animal underneath them that they're working with, and that relationship is built off of between you and that horse or that animal is built off of trust as well, which is something that they're not used to. You know what I mean? They have to trust in that horse, and that horse has to trust in them. And like, that's another whole thing that they're relearning, you know, and a relationship of like that power and taking control over their lives, and having that trust within the animal, and the animal to trust them back to get over that fear, you know?
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
powerful when you think about it.
There's just so many facets of Childhelp, but obviously the key in all of it is, you know, how can we help these children to overcome, to be protected, to feel loved. And one of the things that you were instrumental in helping with Rosevelt is that the Heart and Hand 5-2 Mini.
Yeah, we did a fun photo shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
that
so
was
fun.
awesome. I know we brought in
I taught her
the
how to do
boxing.
brothers. I taught her how to do headlocks.
Oh,
and how
yeah.
to beat up her brother, too.
Oh, that was awesome. I use it all the time. Just kidding.
Yeah.
It comes in handful.
Yeah, you got 5 brothers. You're not afraid to use them.
Yeah. Sometimes you need a little advantage, and, you know, a hammerlock works sometimes.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we have a photo of the 5-2 Mini. We also have what's the other one? The
album cover
album
of
cover.
us too, which also we can talk a little bit more about your vision of how that all came, you know, the mirror reflecting. And so I thought that was I was like, okay, that's unique. I love it. So.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I was like, I don't know if this is too corny or what, but I honestly, because when you think about the song, I just felt like it was like us looking back at each other, of me, you know what I mean? Of me looking in the mirror back to my younger self, and you looking back to me as, you know, as an adult. Like, it just was like that perfect parallel of what the message of the song was.
Yeah.
And it just spoke in that artistic form of like the thing. And
Yeah.
that's me, you know, I get like super deep in my little creative, and I'm like, ooh,
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
we need to be creative. We need to support that creativity because it is inspiring. And I know that from that, you know, some other things, including a song that we're currently writing that talks about, you know, my old self and my future self,
Ooh, I love
and
that.
so forth. So
Yeah.
yeah, so we're excited to continue to work on that. Well,
And then also, I know
be a while for
we mentioned the photos that we did, so we actually autographed them. And so we want to do a giveaway with you guys. So all you have to do, follow us all on social media, and then I will be posting about it, the giveaway, pretty soon. So.
Yeah, so follow Mickie James.
Yes.
What is your Instagram handle?
my Instagram is the Mickie James.
Yeah,
The Mickie James.
The Mickie James. Well, because somebody had taken my name, so I had to put the in front, so they
Just
knew.
jump on the
I was like,
top
I didn't want
rope.
to go with real Mickie James. I feel like I'm like, oh, real Mickie James. That's corny, but the Mickie James.
The
is
Mickie
The
like-
Mickie James. Follow her. Follow me, Rosevelt_sings, and
Jester Jeff with
Jester
one
Jeff.
F.
and
the show.
Yeah, and the show, Music and the Message, and we will be posting about the giveaway and announcing it on there.
Oh, I
It's
love
an autograph
it.
photo of both of us. So yeah.
Yeah, well, we've just got one last and final question for you.
Yes. So, what is your final message you'd like to leave with everyone who's listening?
I just want to say thank you. Thanks for coming in and, you know, obviously supporting you and supporting this show. I love following you, Rosevelt. And I just, like I said before, and I can't say enough great things about you. And you too, Jeff. But, you know, I adore you so much. And I think that you have such a genuine heart. You have a genuine gift. And I'm grateful to know you now. And I can't wait to watch you grow. I think our song was amazing, and I hope that everyone gets to hear it. But what you're doing here with this show and the things that you continue to do, it's so amazing and so inspiring. And
thank you.
I think that you're going to inspire a whole new generation of women and girls to do good and be as the best them that they can be. So,
Well, thank you. If you guys haven't checked out With the Love of a Child, it's on every music platform.
Everywhere.
Go check it out. Everywhere.
Everywhere.
So-
And help to spread it everywhere. Share
Yeah.
it with your friends. You know, share it on social media.
get the
Really
word out
assist
there.
in pushing it out there. You know, Mickie, that's one of the things that, you know, for this program that we really try to do is remind people how important it is to support the people that are doing those good things.
Yeah.
You know, so we encourage people to please follow Mickie James. Please do, you know, and that means buy her music. That means follow Rosevelt. That means buy their music. And that's the kind of things that as we as a community, if you want to know what can you do to help, those are fun things you can do to support the voices that can get out there and can make a difference.
Yeah. So thank you.
So yeah, thank you so much
Thank you.
for
Of course. Thank you.
everything you're doing.
Yes,
Always. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we appreciate you being on the show. And thank you. There is a link in the description on the musicandthemessageshow.com to learn more about the great organizations that Mickie James and Rosevelt are supporting.
Yes.
You can also find more information to assist Rosevelt, all of the the 5 Too Many efforts, to raise $1 million for the children of Childhelp.
Join us each and every week, Thursday, for a new episode of The Music and the Message. You can also take us on the go with our podcast, so links in descriptions.
And please be sure to follow us on all social media platforms and share us with your friends and family. I can't say it enough. I'll say it again over and over and over.
We hope that something from today's episode inspires you to make a difference in a child's life.
Thank you for being awesome. Now go help others be awesome.
See you guys next week.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Music and the Message Show. Please join Rosevelt and Jeff and today's guest in making a difference in the lives of children. Learn more at themusicandthemessageshow.com.